getting together like this. So Tony, surfboards, snowboards, and I bought a couple of other extra things along with me today. So I am seeking to be the all action sport person in whatever I can have. So we're at, got my skateboard, got my bike helmet, got it all today. Okay, that's everyone in, Tony? Great. I hope that was helpful and encouraging for you guys. It's been great to reflect on how good it's been to be able to meet for a couple of days. You might not realize that you guys here been welcomed, encouraged by a group that's organised this, the Action Sports Ministry Network, ACTS, was established some 8 years ago as an expression of a kingdom-minded action sports ministry. And we formed a representative global facilitating team. I know that's a big mouthful, but they are representatives of different organizations, different sports, and different parts of the world. So if you're on that team, Tony, maybe you can unmute us and you can raise your hand if you're currently members of the team. Phil Goldney has been a part of the team in the past. This is the ACTS facilitating team. There's about 9 of us at the moment. We're just going to give a little update of things for you to be aware of what's happening in the future and what's been current. And this conference being online now is one expression of that. And the 4 words, if you've seen our website, that are about this ACTS network, which is all about making disciples for Jesus in and through the world of action sports, is that we gather people to validate calling, to share resources in order to grow leaders and ministries. Those are the 4 words. So from the ACTS team, would someone like us to give a little bit of update on the whole thing of gathering people? Because you're experiencing it right now, and we have 2 special guests who are going to share upcoming global events. But someone want to give a little comment on why we value gathering people from the ACTS team?
I can just share quickly. Well, sorry.
Sorry, I'm asking for someone from the facilitating team, whether that
I can say something.
or Mika or...
Sorry, Mark. You have, I think, the same heart, and so the ACTS network. It's a network of like-minded people. Like, we all want the same. We want to see God's kingdom coming into our action sports scene, and often we are on our own. We are spread out thinly, and so if we gather, we can have synergy and we can encourage each other. We can come alongside, we can help, we can share experience and teach. Like some people, like Brad, they served since 58 years. And so they can teach from a lot of like experience and knowledge. And on the other hand, like people in the mountains, they can help with their experience. And so if we all come together, if we gather, there will be more power, more movement, more stuff happening. Ijudes.
Thanks, JP. And there are 2 particular global events coming up. Dean will say something about the Global Skate Summit, and then Roy Harley something about a Christian Surfers Global Gathering. Over to you, Dean.
Yeah, thanks, Brett. Hi, everyone. Good morning from Vancouver. We do something in the skate community that's very similar to what happens here in the ACTS community. Yeah, thanks, Brett. Let's see you kickflip that thing. Every 3 or 4 years, the skateboarders come together from around the world who are committed to serving the skateboard scene, from within the scene or through the scene. And we basically are the same kind of an association. We're not an organization per se, but we're made up of a number of different groups. We're committed globally to see the skateboard scene flourish and to find out ways that we can bring hope and Christ to the skateboard community, whether it's the industry, the government development of skateboarding around the world, or through Christian organizations or secular organizations, frankly. So we're primarily faith driven. There are people that don't have faith that come, and it's great to serve alongside of them. But we would love to have you join us. If you are a leader of a skateboarding ministry or a skateboarding outreach that's committed to serving on a regional and global level, it's not necessarily an invitation, or it's not an event for every skateboarder, but we're trying to attract leaders of leaders that can come represent their work in their country and then go back with the gathering community that we have at the summit and be able to bring an expression of what we've discussed at the summit back to their community, so we can build partnerships that way. So that's a little snapshot of the Skate Community Summit. It's going to happen in Barcelona in May. And we're just working on the details. So you can go to skatecommunitysummit.com and we'll fill you in on more details.
Okay, so I can bring my skateboard to Barcelona as a leader and kickflip this. Is that right?
If you want to, we'll see you at MACPA.
The other one is in surfing. Roy Harley from South Africa. Roy, you want to share about the global gathering?
Yeah, thanks, Brett. And how's it to everyone? So cool flicking through the faces and just seeing some people I know and a whole lot of people I don't. And welcome from a little surf town called Jeffreys Bay, where we cannot surf at the moment, which is making me realize I have a serious addiction to salt water. Yeah, we have a great gathering coming up for everyone, and everyone's welcome. It will be on September the 12th and 13th at Greenwich Mean Time at 9 in the evening. The gathering of our surf tribe. So it's going to take place in two parts. We're going to have a video / live event. It's really going to be fun. We've basically creating a global safari where we're going to travel around the world through what we're calling the Ethiopian unique kind of surf calendar, where we're going to mysteriously appear in different places from Hawaii to Phillip Island to Jeffreys Bay. There's 3 acts to the whole show. There will be the first act, which will take us to the North Shore and then across to Australia, which is the boardies. So everyone at that particular time will be waking up in Australia, and they will be in boardies. And then we'll go from there to where it'll run down a surf session and an evening midnight moon party. So if you want to see Phil Williams dressed up in a onesie with his wig on, definitely come along to that. And we're going to be interacting with Christian surfers, leaders from different parts of the world. We'll be highlighting things like the growth of Christian Surfers Girls, Groundswell Aid, which is our social and circulate with youth people to find Jesus in friendly community. I think Audrey's on the call. She's running a surf church in Hossegor at the moment. I've put all the, if you want the links to the chat here, it's the at Christian Surfer at CSI INT is our Instagram feed, and christiansurfers.net. All the information will be posted there and on our Facebook page. But huge shout out to everyone. So encouraging to see what God's doing around the world. And you.
Thanks, Roy. And whilst that is a Christian Surfer event, over the years, all surf ministries around the world have been invited to come and represent and participate and network through that global gathering. So there's a skate one, a surfing one, which is pretty good. So that was that first point of the 4 things that this Action Sports Network does. It gathers people. The second one was something about validate calling. Could someone from the global facilitating team just speak a quick thing about how do we encourage validate calling?
Brett, maybe I can talk on validating. Yeah, so I remember more than 10 years ago when God started speaking to me about skate ministry. I kind of thought I was the first person to ever think of skate ministry. And then I realized it's existed a long time ago already. And speaking to my church about skate ministry, it's something that I think they couldn't really understand, and not even to think about doing it as kind of a full-time missionary. And I can think of 2 times when people has visited me together with my church leaders. Then the one time was Roy Holly and Bradley Jones from Christian Skaters coming to my church, meeting with my leaders, and really validating my calling, and same for you, Brett, when you came to visit my church leaders here in Somerset West. I could see how much it meant to them and how much it meant to me. And that's why we encourage people to visit one another across countries, and it really makes a person feel validated.
Great. Thank you, Chris. Sharing resources was the third one, and it's slightly related to some of the resources that enable us to visit and validate calling. Does someone from the global team want to share?
I'll share, Brett. Okay, my name's Tony. I'm with Christian Skaters, and basically when we started Christian Skaters way back when, it was kind of modeled off of Christian Surfers. We were part of a Christian Surfers group, and we said, why can't this happen with skate? We saw a lot of skate ministries working and doing different things all over, but nobody was working together. And it's that common theme is, why reinvent the wheel? We should be working together and sharing our resources and being able to just encourage each other in ministry. So we've been blessed over the years to be part of a big family, and to be able to share resources, whether they're resources for Bible studies or grants or finances. And so that's what ACTS is doing. They not only have grants that they give out so we can connect with one another and meet with one another, but they also have a pool of resources. And we would love to just continue to work together, share what we have, and encourage new ministries, ministries that have been going for a while, refresh them with new resources that they might have not had. And we're trying to put together a database of all that. So I'll share that in the chat as well. If you want to go through that, or if you have any questions, you can always private message me or email, and I'll put that in the chat as well. But yeah, it's about just being open-handed, sharing what we have, and allowing people to learn from one another.
Great, Tony. So we gather people, we validate their calling, we share resources, all with the end result is that we're growing leaders and ministries. Does someone on the global team want to just give a little update about what does that look like within this global ACTS movement of growing leaders and ministries? Don't know if Brian or...
I can say something if you want me to. This is Josh.
Yeah, Josh, you say something.
I've been struggling with the internet all morning, so yeah. So I mean, it all adds together. Like JP said, you got these like-minded people together, and that's the nature of the body of Christ. Is that we, when we get together, God is there in our midst, and these supernatural things happen. Like God is literally there with us as the body. And so as we gather people, as we validate each other's calling, saying, hey, you're a part of this, you're a part of the body too, it has that tendency to just build each other up as we build the body up. So just being together, sharing what we have, is how we grow leaders. It's not always as simple as like just a black and white strategy that we have, but we notice as we gather people and as we encourage each other and pray with each other and join together in this mission that it grows all of us, and the more the merrier for us. So it's been really cool to see people from all walks and all over the place, different ministries, different sports, different disciplines of the same sport sometimes, just coming together and feeling like, man, I'm so encouraged by this group. This is what I needed. And so that's so much our heart is being disciples together and growing each other and growing new disciples too. So
awesome, Josh. And important for you guys to realize that this ACTS network, the Action Sports Network, we do have a very simple website, but we have no logo, no staff, and no bank account. And we do this purposely because we are a network. All we have are partners, and various organizations representatively join in as a partner, but anybody could sign up to get the newsletter. I think it's really important. One of the most significant things in action sports that was shared the other day from Dean was just the development of the Olympics. And TJ is going to share a little update of the fact that there is some intentional stuff going on around the Olympics. So TJ, you want to share a little update about the Olympics?
Yeah. Hey guys. So real quick, to kind of give some context, my name is TJ. I live and serve in Taiwan. I've been here for about a year, maybe 14 months. But I've been living in Asia for about 5 years. I served in China for 3 years previously before relocating to Taiwan. And I serve with a ministry called Skateman Asia. Skateman Asia exists to create Christ-centered skate community. Our heart is to reach skateboarders, develop skateboarders, and then release skateboarders to serve their skate community. And Tokyo is no different. I don't know if you guys know, but Japan is one of the most unreached places when it comes to action sports. There really isn't that much engagement. There's definitely pockets where there's people serving, but it's pretty much unengaged. And so for this outreach, we're hoping to partner with multiple skate ministries and uniting towards one goal. That goal for the Olympic outreach is to give skaters in the Tokyo area a chance to hear the gospel and respond to it. So we're going to be doing various different things. We're going to be doing best tricks. We're going to be doing filming, editing. We're going to be building relationships. We're intentional at the skate spots. And all that thing leads up towards our main event, which we are renting a movie theater and we're renting a lobby, and we're going to have a premiere. And at the premiere, we're essentially just going to show what all of our teams had filmed. And we're just going to invite local skateboarders to come and watch their premiere, to hear the gospel. And one really important thing that we're going to be doing there is we're also going to be renting out the lobby because we're trying to have a little walkthrough experience to where all skateboarders who are there, really all people who are there, can see the history of skateboarding. So how did skateboarding start as a 2x4 on some skates and become an Olympic sport? And so before the kids enter into the theater, they're going to get that full walkthrough and how it did that. And then they're going to see that not only was Olympics and skateboarding history in their place, but because of the work that we have the privilege to do, we actually get to make them be a part of it by putting on a premiere. And it's just going to be really exciting. At that event, we're also going to be introducing the people to the church leaders that we're working and partnering with so that they can do some follow-up. And so for that, we want to have a big team. We want to have 5 teams. We want to have a media team, a skate team, a hospitality team, translating team, a media team, and also a prayer team. And so next week, we're going to be going and diving into like way more depth into this. We're going to have a separate meeting that I think Tony or Brett can give you guys some more information on, and we're going to go into depth on what it looks like. Because there's not only just skateboarding happening, there's also other ministries. There's surfing and rock climbing and other people that are going to be doing some outreach there. So I think it'd be great for us to just come together and serve towards one goal collectively. And so Brett, I think that there's some other people in this chat that might be able to talk about what's going on for surfing or rock climbing.
Yeah, Jacob, you're not here, are you? I didn't see Jacob. He's the nominated person who's heading up coordinating surf-related stuff for the Olympics. And that's been with himself and a couple of other people who've met a number of times. So that's in the beginning stages. Nowhere it's developed as skating. And Eli, I think it'd be fair to say that in terms of rock climbing in the Olympics, that's you guys have got a year now to start, so that's great. But good to know that there is a open inquiry next Thursday, a Zoom call, and you'll have a chance to break out into 3 rooms, surfing, skating, and rock climbing next Thursday at 8 a.m. this time. For anyone interested in the Olympics, it's in the chat. So thank you.